What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. So y'all read the caption, the title of this video. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. So don't think that people are going to position you above themselves. That goes for family, friends, associates. Nobody cares, dog. You have to care more about yourself and what you have going on more so than anybody else. I know that probably to some people it's kind of like duh, but what I mean by that when I say that is that, dog, you might as well do the best you can do. Who is this? Oh, you might as well do the best you can do for yourself, dog, and then everybody else is gonna follow. Everybody else comes second, dog. You have to fill your cup before you can fill anyone else's. A lot of times, bro, we be made to feel like we need to give, you know, and you might be a giver, but in order for you to get to where you are going in your life, in order to get to where you need to get so that your cup can be full, you did, it's fine to be a giver, but you got to focus on you, dog. At some point you got to focus on you. At some point you got to focus on you. There's people out here in this world, dog, that just give, dog. They worry. They self to an early grave, dog. You got to know how to turn that shit off, bro. You got to have that don't give a fuck attitude. And I'm not saying go out there and hurt nobody. That's not what I'm saying. You gotta know how to turn that shit off, dog. You know, and know how to not worry. Stop allowing people to continue to put more and more on your plate. They calling you, oh girl, let me tell you about this. Just negativity and drama. You know, you always worried about the next move or bill or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, did this happen? You just constantly in a state of worry instead of taking some time to relax, dog. That's why people, you know, that's why they got high blood pressure. That's why they going through the health things that they have, you know, that they be going through, because they just fixated on worrying, dog. Even when they have people in their life that's helping them deal with certain situations, dog, they still worry. You have to protect your energy, man. You gotta protect your energy. Don't allow yourself to be stressed out 24 hours of each day. That makes no sense, dog. You gotta find an escape. You know, one of my escapes is lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When I'm lifting weights, I have to put all my focus into lifting those weights. I'm gonna injure myself. You know, if I'm shooting pool, I'm strategizing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do whatever I can do. That's why niggas play video games, you know? It's a stress reliever. Stress reliever is something that completely takes your mind off of the stress. That's why people smoke weed and do drugs, because they be trying to find a stress reliever. You know what I'm saying? You got to find natural ways to put your focus on something else, dog, outside of life sometimes, because sometimes life can be stressful, man. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, dog. Y'all, you gotta be able to step away from this three-dimensional world we living in, dog. You dig? You gotta find a way to step away from it, bro, because it'll kill you. And people will continue to put stress on you, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll continue to call you with their problem, dog. Sometimes I don't even answer the phone, bro. Sometimes I'll go a day or two and don't answer the phone, dog. You know? You have to protect your energy, dog. You have to protect your peace. It's so important, bro. I'm 37 years old, and that's one of the things that I prioritize, bro, is my peace, bro. You dig? I'm thinking about my legacy. What am I about to leave behind for my children? That's where my energy is going. That's where my focus is going. If you not adding, you're subtracting. Everybody comes into your life, dog. You need to evaluate whether or not they adding or subtracting. It straight up. Either you're adding to my life or you're subtracting from my life, dog. Because it's not plenty that comes to add to someone else. People come to subtract from you a lot of times. I tell people all the time, look, man, I gotta focus on filling my cup, man. I ain't answering the phone. I ain't, nah, man, I ain't going out, man. I'm filling my cup this week. You dig? I gotta focus on getting me together. I'm filling my cup this week. You in a relationship? Sometimes, hey, babe, look, I gotta fill my cup. I'm just about to vibe over here. You dig? I need some alone time, man. Give me about a good hour to myself. Sometimes I might just sit in the dark. Sit with my thoughts, man. You dig? Allow answers to come to me. You feel me? A lot of times, bro, we get distracted because it's noisy. The noise, you know what I'm saying? The noise is what distracts you. It limits the decision-making ability that we have because it's so noisy all the time. You dig? You got to be able to go sit still so you can get answers to the things that you're working on, to the questions that you have, the direction that you need to go in. You got to be able to sit still, man. Turn everything off. Turn the music off. You dig? Turn everything off. Go sit with your thoughts, man. Go be honest with yourself. That's important, bro. That's important. A lot of people don't understand that. You got to be able to go sit with your thoughts, man, so that you can come up with the answers that you're looking for. And the last thing I'm going to tell y'all, bro, man, stop letting people make y'all feel like, oh, it was meant for them to be successful. Like it's not meant for you to be successful. Like it's not meant for you to be great. It's not meant for you to grow. It was meant for them. It's something special about them. It ain't nothing special about nobody, dog. It ain't nothing special about nobody. Everybody breathe, have fingers, bleed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. It's about what you believe is possible for you. What are you absorbing in your life that gives you the possibility to be delusional? You got to be delusional. You got to be thinking about the fact that shit, man, I can be a billionaire and really believe in that shit, dog. It takes practice, though, but that's the goal. You have to be delusional in your thoughts and what you believe is possible for your life, dog. Because people, the worst thing you can have, bro, is practicality and logic and this real world belief. You know what I'm saying, dog? What you want for your life exists outside of the shit that they've given us to focus on and to believe in. You dig? Like, it's the three-dimensional. If you stay focused in the three-dimensional, you gonna live a regular average life. It's really that simple, dog. You dig? You gotta think outside of yourself. You gotta be more purposeful and spiritual. You dig? With what you want for your life, man. You can be great. You can leave a great legacy. It ain't just for them. It's for you too. But people tend to, man, it's okay, man. They wanna, keep a job for 20 years. Man, that's them. That may make them happy. If that's your mindset, that's cool. But you're limiting yourself. There's greater things that exist out here in this world that's a possibility for your life, dog. If you just believe that it's possible, bro. Don't let nobody make you feel like, being a manager at Walmart is all that exists for you. Nah, you can't believe that. And another thing I learned is that, man, people will try to make you okay with mediocrity, dog, and try to make you okay with being average. Because guess what? The minute you stop thinking about being average and being great, it says something about them. So then you start to surpass them, and that's a problem for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like when you start being successful and you start thinking outside of the box and you stop doing what the fuck everybody else is doing. People don't like that shit. You dig? Oh, you weird. They don't like that shit. You moving different. They don't like that shit. People want you to fucking focus on fitting in instead of standing out, dog. And that's one thing that you gotta pay attention to. I'm telling y'all, bro. You can be as great as you want to be, dog. I tell my sons, dog, and my daughter that they kings and queens. You dig? Kings and queens. We building a legacy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Find weird ways to be inspired, dog. Like, bro, I watched what's the name of that damn? The Forge. The Forge was a very inspirational movie, dog. I loved how they brought all of the young men in and they created a, you know, like a burn with all of these young men, dog. And they had like a I don't know how you would say, kind of like a not a cult, but they had like this thing, this group of them together, you know what I'm saying? And they fellowship with them, dog. You dig? And they brought them in as men, as young men, raised them as men, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was something special. Another thing I watched that is more along the lines of delusional, but it's something that I use. I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns. Not the person, just the idea of what he stood for. You dig? Him being the tribal chief, him being the head of the table, you know, him being legacy driven, family driven. You dig? And you know, his demeanor of greatness. We ain't talking about the actual person, we talking about the idea behind the character, right? You dig? You have to find something to look to say, okay, I want to pull from that. You dig? You gotta have something to pull from. I want to pull from that. You dig? The more of the story is, dog, go be great. And people don't give a fuck about you, bro. You gonna have to give a fuck about you. You gonna have to care about what you doing in the direction that you going in. Cause don't nobody care, dog. Everybody living their life and trying to do the best that they can for themselves, dog. One day you wake up, I'm 37. One day you wake up, dog, and you 40. And you hope that when you wake up and you 40, you have done the things that you need to do. You dig? You don't want to wake up and have to go do a job that you don't like. Go be a fucking door greeter at Walmart or something. You know what I'm saying? That's not a life that you want to live. And quite frankly, dog, and this is not to bash anybody that you know, you can turn your life around at any time. But the later you wait, the harder it is, dog. You dig? The later you wait, the harder it is. So you don't want that for your life, bro. If you in your 20s and you watching this video, man, you need to start now. Stop the fucking clubbing, hanging out, and pretending online, dog. Go really get something for yourself. You in your early 30s, you running out of time. You need to be on it, bro. You need to be on it. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because time waits for no one, and I'm telling you, nobody cares. The clock keep ticking, people keep moving forward, and you getting left behind, dog. You gotta wake up. It's time right now.